We're back in Leading Edge. She is Dr. Michele Grim. She had an impressive victory, elected to city council just this past November. She says she is exploring. She has filed the paperwork for a run for the Ohio House of Representatives. District-wise, hey, we got to hear from Columbus first. Okay, a couple things you brought up. And I wanted you on because on the issue of guns, which you mentioned as a top priority for you, in your brief time on council, you sponsored a resolution urging Governor DeWine not to sign Senate Bill 215. That's the one that says Ohioans can carry concealed weapons and do so without a permit. You know, since the governor couldn't get any of his post-Dayton gun massacre reforms even to a vote down there, this would be an opportunity for him to finally take a stand on his own, wouldn't he? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you for bringing that up. This bill is dangerous. It dismantles Ohio's permitting system, which works. It allows, so if we dismantle that, it allows people with dangerous histories and no firearm safety training to carry concealed loaded guns in public spaces. So it really puts our families at greater risk, and it also puts our police officers at risk.
School shootings, you're an educator. School shootings continue to be a big and deadly issue. The one up the road in Michigan, of course, still has a lot of our attention. Why shouldn't a properly trained teacher be allowed, or other school employee, frankly, be allowed to carry in a school with the knowledge, of course, and the permission of the school district?
So teachers should teach. They should not be public safety officers. They should not, have to have another responsibility of carrying a firearm. And that's a dangerous situation. I'm advocating for secure storage. You want to make sure that, guns are locked up. So teachers should teach. That's what they're there to do. They're not there to, be a public safety, be law enforcement, basically, right?
That's what we have school resource officers for.
Yeah, school. Yeah. So
who are trained, by the way, folks.
And they shouldn't have loaded guns. That's what they're there to teach. They're not there to be police officers.
Women's reproductive rights, big issue for you, with the Supreme Court poised to rule on Roe v. Wade, and Ohio passing. I don't know if it's signed yet, but they're going to pass a trigger bill, which means Ohio would immediately follow suit should Roe v. Wade be overturned. Don't you see a day in which abortion is totally outlawed in the state of Ohio?
That is my fear. If we still have Republican gerrymandering down in Columbus, they can certainly get their way. You can see it happened in Georgia, and then it's happening in other states. And it's a big fear of mine, and I'm sure it's a big fear of many women around the state. And
still with health, since that's a huge issue, she's trained. She's a certified. What is the title? Certified health. Do that for me.
Certified health education specialist.
Thank you. So staying with health, with its veto-shattering backhand of the governor, the Ohio legislature, it seems, has seized control of policy in pandemic situations, which we now know something about since we continued to live in one and have for 2 years. Do you see a problem with that?
Yes, absolutely. So we really need to look to our health departments, to the experts, the public health professionals, because they know the science. They know what needs to be done to curb this pandemic, and it's not for the lawmakers to decide what needs to be done for the public's health.
My thanks to Toledo City Council member Michele Grim, Dr. Michele Grim, keeping us on the leading edge of her interest in representing her district, once we know what it is, in the Ohio legislature. When I come back, he was once homeless. Now this lawyer is also interested in a seat in the Ohio House. This is Leading Edge.